A teraz już zapraszam w imieniu mojego gościa i swoim własnym do posłuchania rozmowy Stymulowanie innowacji dla zrównoważonego rozwoju Europy. I will be joined on stage with Mr. Rocco Brauninger, Vice President, Country Manager, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Amazon. Welcome to the stage.
Thank you very much.
Please take your seat. We are very glad having you here, seeing with you here on Impact stage.
Thanks for inviting me. I was here at Impact last year already. It was very amazing. So thanks for having me back, and thanks for being on stage. I'm responsible also not just for Germany, Austria, Switzerland, but especially, and this is also my role here, for European expansion and Central Eastern Europe. So it's very exciting.
So we will underline this fact during our conversation, of course.
Okay.
Okay. So let's start with a simple fact, but very significant fact. Could you point out all activities of Amazon in Europe, in Central Eastern Europe, and of course in Poland?
All activities. That's going to be very, very difficult.
Tough.
I mean, we've been in Europe since now almost 26 years. We opened our first stores in the UK and in Germany 25 and a half years ago. And since 20 years, we are actually already in Central Eastern Europe. In Poland specifically, we are celebrating our 10-year anniversary. Even though already before that we got involved in investing in Iwona, which is a company in Gdansk. Everything started in Gdansk here for us in Poland as well. And in this company, which is now more than 1,000 employees, it's one of our research and development centers for Alexa. So we develop research there and develop text-to-speech, speech recognition for Alexa. Outside of this, of course, we have our stores business, we have export, we have Prime Instant Video, we have a lot of logistics, and we are very diversified also, Ring, Kindle, AWS, of course. So there's a lot of different diversified businesses in Europe, and especially also in Central Eastern Europe. Yeah.
Let me ask about a simple question, but very significant too. I mean, the mission of Amazon's mission. What's the mission of Amazon as an enterprise and as a corporate citizen?
Yeah, I mean, our vision, I would say our overall global vision is we want to be the customer most centric company. We want to really focus on the customer, and that really goes along all our businesses, all our different divisions. And but we also know that with scale, we are meanwhile a pretty big company, comes responsibility, and that goes back to communities, and that goes back to sustainability. So we're investing a lot in sustainability. We just announced a little bit more than a year ago that we will invest $1 billion in Europe in renewable energy projects, which also a lot of those things actually happening here in Poland. We just announced 2 wind farms. We have one solar farm which we announced we're going to launch here in Poland. And and of course we have our climate pledge, where we commit as Amazon, as a company, across all our business to become carbon neutral by 2040, which is 10 years earlier than the Paris Agreement.
Okay, let's take a little broader perspective. Can you share your perspective on the EU's regions' potential of innovation and how Amazon plans to cover these opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, innovation is in our DNA everywhere. It has always been. I mean, we are a company, we've been growing because we innovate, because we really try to deliver new things and invent on behalf of the customer. This is true in everywhere in the world, and also, of course, especially in Central Eastern Europe. In Central Eastern Europe, we have 6 research and development centers, which work on a lot of different things. I already mentioned Gdansk, I already mentioned Alexa, but also a lot of AI. So I'm going to be on a panel later as well, talking a little bit deeper about our efforts and our thinking around artificial intelligence and Gen AI. But a lot of those investments go also into what's behind the scenes, like robotics. And this is another big field, a big investment area in Europe, in Central Eastern Europe, is logistics. So we just opened last year a new logistics center in Czechia with full robotics FC. So basically the technology is developed here and also employed here, and we're going to invest more, and there are more of those logistics centers to come.
Okay, so do we have in Poland, I'm sorry, I would like to precise what do you mean by innovation? Innovation in Amazon. What's this? That's the simple question also, but maybe it gives us a possibility to approach this.
Let's talk about what is innovation. It's actually a good question because the thing is, when we invent something, when we want to deliver a new service, a new feature, a new product to the customer, we are totally happy to try things. We are happy to embrace failure because that's part of the process. Here's the thing: if you develop something and you know already it's going to work, then you're actually not innovative. You're not developing something new. So therefore, we are happy to make decisions with 60 and 70% of the information, but be really fast and empower teams to drive forward and bring something to the customer and see if it works. If it doesn't work, that's totally fine. Most of our decisions are reversible. So therefore, we really approach just get things done and deliver for the customer. Be fast, and if it doesn't work, we change our mind. I mean, there are a couple of things if you think about it. Who remembers Z-shops? Who remembers auctions? That was all things that we had at Amazon. Or the Fire phone. Who remembers the Fire phone? We had a phone which were competing with the iPhones. And nobody remembers because they failed. They were not good. But we learned from it, and out of the Fire phone, for instance, we developed then Alexa. Out of auctions and Z-shops, we developed Marketplace for like hundreds of thousands of sellers, very successful.
Okay. I'm very curious. Is it easy or not easy to make an innovation in digital world nowadays? Because there is a huge potential.
Yeah, of course. Innovation happens every day, and it's not like not every innovation is the next Alexa. No, it's like there are small innovations, there are smaller things happening, and that everybody at the company, everybody at Amazon is like encouraged to drive innovation, encouraged to try out new things and to do it. So of course it is to some degree easy, but it's also you have to create an environment where you allow people to fail, where you are happy to embrace failure and to learn from failure, and you're not stubborn going into one direction. So we are stubborn on a vision, but totally flexible on the details. How we get there.
As you said, there's the second stay here in Poznań during Impact.
Sure.
So let's focus on our country. So do we have in Poland any specific factors and that attracting companies like Amazon to make investments here?
Poland is actually it's very important for us. It's very big. I mean, we've been here like for, as I said, in 2012 we first invested in Ivona, which then later became Alexa, and we're celebrating our 10th official anniversary this year here in Poland. Poland has an incredible, great talent pool, meaning ambitious people, hardworking people that are also extremely skilled.
That's about us.
Yeah, that are also extremely skilled. This is important. The second important thing, it actually has a pretty liberal, business-friendly environment where it's great to work with business and government, like to collaborate. And the other important thing is, it's not really your fault, but the central location is really an upside. Like logistics centers, we have in Central Eastern Europe, like 15 of them overall. We are basically not just serving Polish customers, we're also serving a lot of Germany. We're also serving Austria. And of course, all our export business from Europe that goes to Central Eastern Europe, it's mainly handled from the logistics centers here. So the overall central location also plays a very favorable role.
Okay, thank you. And now let's go green. So
let's go green. Okay.
Let's go green. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you share with us some initiatives Amazon has undertaken to reduce its carbon footprint and promote sustainability?
Of course. I already mentioned that we will be we're working on becoming and we are committed to become carbon neutral by 2040, 10 years before the Paris Agreement. But it's not just us. We have over hundreds, I think over 400 companies by now that committed to the same commitment, and we work with them together. Also companies from Poland, by the way, because at the end of the day, if only we become carbon neutral, that doesn't really help us a lot. It's like climate change is a global thing, and we need to all work on this together. We keep investing. Poland, I mentioned 2 wind farms, one solar farm which we are developing. We have the new fulfillment center in Świebodzin has a 8.6 100K square meters of solar roof. Further, we eliminated all single plastic use and use recycling paper instead.
Okay. So how else Amazon addressing these environmental concerns? Do you have
the environmental concerns?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I talked earlier, like the points I just mentioned, but in addition to that, I talked earlier about artificial intelligence. So we have our research and development centers here. Another thing they're working on is optimizing packaging so that we don't ship much air. So if customer order two different items, how can we optimize the packaging for it? And there's a lot of AI solutions going into this. And and we are investing a lot in technology that make our delivery services much more efficient. Road planning, placement of products, making sure that we order really just the products we want and customers want, and that they actually located close to the customer. Because the thing is, a fast delivery is most of the time also very, very
last
green.
mile delivery.
It's very green because it's close to you. So a delivery that says delivers on the same day, it's most of the time much greener than a delivery that says 2 to 3 days, because that is like far away and has to travel a lot. So we develop a lot and research and create solutions that make sure that we have the right product where the customer wants it, so that we can deliver fast but also very green.
Okay, after this green path, let's go to the communities. I mean, how does Amazon underline its role and responsibility in the communities it operates in, particularly in emerging markets like Poland?
We have 16 leadership principles at Amazon. One of them is with scale comes responsibility, which really focuses on we at our scale, we have to give back and we want to give back. So what does that mean? Especially in the areas where we have a lot of expertise. What does it mean in Poland and Central Eastern Europe? We support the digital transformation and education initiatives. For Poland, we push and elaborate and enhance the STEM education for kids, so science, technology, engineering, and math. We also have a program here which is called Girls Do Engineering, which encourages especially young women to actually foresee and foster a career in engineering, targeted at high school kids, high school girls, with months of training and coaching. At the end of the day, they basically develop a program themselves. But like with all the leadership principles, it's not something that senior leadership basically says and does and invests in and gives some money and let's do this. It's basically for everyone in the company to take part of it. So what we have in Poland, for instance, is that we have over 100 charity organizations where our employees participate in, it's over 1,200 employees who basically volunteer and give back to the communities, especially where we live and where we work, where we have our locations.
Okay. Do you have any specific way to help and educate business? So let's go to the business issue. As SMEs, enterprises.
Small and medium enterprises.
Yes.
So small and medium enterprises are extremely important to us. Why are they important to us? They are our backbone. Over 60% of all our units sold, meanwhile, on Amazon are small and medium enterprises. And especially in Poland, I mean, the opportunity is just incredible if you think about it. Like, you cannot just sell in Poland, you can sell globally or Europe. Like 75% of Polish SMEs that sell via Amazon actually export as well. And we make it easy and we support them with. We have, with the National Chamber of Commerce in Poland, created a campaign, Cross-Border PL, where we basically train small and medium businesses how to do export, how to do the marketing, how to do logistics. We also take care of the logistics. It's pretty easy for an SME in Poland to actually target customer in Spain. We do all the localization of the product. We can also take care of the logistics. We do this, and many companies, Polish companies, have actually taken advantage of it. 2 examples, we have Rainbow Socks, which was like a 3-people company, and meanwhile it's a multi-million-dollar company, sells to Singapore and the United States and everything from Poland. Another one is Travel, which is focused on puzzles. Also totally international company by now. And we focus a lot on making it easy for companies, especially in Poland, to target millions of customers across the world.
Okay, let's begin to the starting point. I mean, how to balance business as usual with innovations.
Well, that's a cool thing with Amazon. Innovation is business as usual. It's part of our DNA. It's part of our everyday job. It's part of basically the job description. Innovate and simplify is one of the other out of the 16 leadership principles which I just mentioned. So this is why it's basically the job of everyone. It's not just executing. It's basically strategic development, finding something new, and deliver for the customer.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rocco Browninger, Amazon. Thank you so much.